Hello and welcome to a bonus video. I am going to be doing of a deck that I made for someone. I'm gonna get into it really quick. It's a black and blue deck, and usually it's got some repeat cards, but there's a method to the madness. So let's get right to it. Repeated cards are usually what I like to call the pawns. Usually very low numbers, very low cost. 4 of them here, for instance. This is the Palace Familiar, which has flying, and when it dies, you draw a card. So not only I'm giving the opportunity of drawing an additional 4 cards to your gameplay when you come up with this, but it's also low cost, and some people find that a little bit effective. I also have 2 cards here of Nimbus Naiad. I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. Forgive me. It has Bestow and has flying, and it adds the enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has flying, plus this is a 2/2 card. So again, and it has a low cost as well. So it's good for battling, like really quick entries. Let's see what else we have here. We have Reduce in Statue. Enchanted creature has base power and toughness of 0/2. We have the Lotus Path Dijin. It's a creature monk with flying, prowess, as you can see right here. And it's a 2/3 creature. We have the Monastery Lore Master. Cute. And it has a Megamorph. You already know that the Megamorphs, you can put them face down first, and then you pay for its Megamorph cost. And when it's turned face up, you return target non-creature, non-land card from your graveyard to your hand. And it's a 3/2, so it's very useful. CDC's Faithful. It's a 0/4 creature. It has exploit, but when it exploits a creature, that means when you sacrifice a creature, you return target creature to its owner's hand. So it's kind of like you're sacrificing it, but at the same time you're gaining it back. So Elusive Spellfist. It's a human monk, 1/3. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this one gets a +1/+0 until the end of the turn, and it cannot be blocked this turn. You have Gurmag Drowner, 2/4. It has exploit, which you have to sacrifice a creature when this enters the battlefield. And you look at the 4 top cards of your library, you put them into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. That's from the library. Alright. So, Silumgar Sorcerer. 2/1. It has Flash. It has Flying, Exploit, and there you go. Okay. It has Mirror Mockery. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, you may put a token into the battlefield that's a copy of that creature. Exile that token at the end of combat. This one is Dirgur Nemesis. It's a 6/5. Pretty good card. It's a defender, and it has a Megamorph, which is different from this one, as you can see, because this is 5 mana plus a blue mana, and this one is 6 + 1. So basically the Megamorph cost is not too different from the cost of the card. Mind Scour Dragon. Cute little dragon. Looks like an Ojutai or something like that. Anyway. It has flying. Whenever it deals combat damage to an opponent, target player puts the top 4 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. And it's a 4/4. So not bad. Profaner of the Dead. It has exploit, and when it does, it return to their owner's hands all creatures or opponents control with toughness less than the exploited creature toughness, and it's a 3/3. We have contradict. This is the dragon I was telling you about. This is Ojudai. It's the black and blue dragon. This card is an instant though. You counter a target spell and you draw a card. You have the Shore Crasher Elemental. It's 3/3 card, and this is what it does. Okay, this is a mythic. See, mythic. The M stands for mythic in Dragons of Tarkir. Plus, you can tell this, orangey symbol means mythic rare. For 1 mana, blue mana, you exile it, then return it to the battlefield face down under its owner's control. For 1 regular mana, or any colorless or any other color mana, it gets a +1, -1, or -1 +1 until the end of the turn. Plus it has a Megamorph. And it's a 3/3 creature, very powerful creature. The last one of the blue ones, I have Ancient Carp, cute little fishy. And that's it, 2/5, might not be too tough, but it deals, good damage. And this is the blues. Now, this is the mana, all the land. I'm just going to point out this 1 mana. It's a black and blue mana that it enters the battlefield tapped, and when it does, you gain 1 life. And basically, all mana, it's pretty much the same, save there's 1 or 2 foils in it. Okay, now this is very important that you keep up with me, because here we have the 3 beauties of this deck. The first beauty of this deck happens to be a Necromancer Dragon, and has flying. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 2 mana. So if you do, you put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield, and each opponent puts the 2 top cards of his or her library into their graveyard. Plus, it's a 4/4 creature. We have then this creature dragon, which is the Ruthless Deathfang. It's an uncommon 4/4 creature. And whenever you sacrifice a creature, target opponent sacrifices a creature as well. Now, I have to slow it a little bit, because if you see, this is a Plainswalker, but in a black and blue deck, it needs red, blue, and green mana. See, this is Sarkhan Unbroken. This is what he does. But how do you play something that needs 2 additional colors on a black and blue deck, right? Well, it's very simple. You see, you have cards like this. I put 2 of these cards here. 2 Atarka's monuments. And when you use this artifact, you add a red or green to your mana pool. And of course, like these dragon's monuments, you pay an additional cost, and they become a 4/4, in this case red and green dragon artifact creature with flying. So you put 2 of these, you can choose which one is going to be red and which one is going to be green, plus the other mana, and that is how you play for this card. Now, say you don't have that at the moment, you have then this other one that I have used in other decks, the Opaline Unicorn. It's a 1/2 artifact creature, and you add 1 mana pool of any color to your mana pool. So say you have one of these monuments and this one, you can still pull out the Sarkhan Unbroken, and you can get away with it. The other monument artifact that I have here is the Silumgar monument. It works the same, but it's a blue and black. Alright, so now let's see. Let's go to the black ones real quick. I have 2 Bloodchain Ragers. They're 2/2 creatures. I've had it in other decks. Whenever it attacks, each warrior creature you control can't be blocked. Repeat, cannot be blocked this turn except by 2 or more creatures. And this is of each. So, yeah. Let's see what else. You're going to see some cards that I have already in other decks, so please do bear with me. You have the Sip of Hemlock, which is a very good poison sorcery. Destroy target creature, its controller loses 2 life. You have Foul Tongue Shriek. Target opponent loses 1 life for each attacking creature you control, and you gain that much life. Very important. Self-inflicted wounds. Target opponent sacrifices a green or white creature. If that player does, he or she loses 2 life. This is very good if you're playing against a red and a green or white deck. So, anyway, Coat with Venom. I also have in multiple decks. The target creature gets a +1/+2 and it gains Death Touch. Marsh Hulk. I also have it in another deck. It has a Megamorph cost, and it's a 4/6 creature without that Megamorph. Foul Tongue Invocation. As an additional cost, you may reveal a dragon card from your hand. Target player sacrifices a creature. If you revealed it, the dragon card, or control a dragon, as you cast this, you gain 4 life. Read it again. 4 life. Mind Rot. Target player discards 2 cards. Acid Spear Dragon. We already know that it has Flying, Death Touch, and a Megamorph, because I have this before. And it's a 3/3 creature, so, you know, totally worth it. Rakshasa Gravecaller, 3/6. It has Exploit. When it does, you put 2 Black Zombie creature tokens that are 2/2 into the battlefield. You have March of the Return. I look pretty pissed. Okay, it says return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Not bad. There's Distress, which target player reveals the hand. You choose a non-land card from it, and that player discards that card. So you better, you know, make sure you discard something really powerful. The Ultimate Price. Destroy target monocolored creature. Any creature that's just 1 color. Grave Purge, we have seen before. You put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library and you draw a card. Shambling Goblin. It's a 1/1 goblin, so it's not too strong. But when it dies, target creature an opponent controls gets a -1/-1 till the end of the turn. Dutiful Attendant. It's a 1/2 card. When it dies, you return another card, another target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. You have Defeat. Destroy target creature with power 2 or less. You could Cobra as Death Touch, and it's a 2/5 creature. And the last one is the Hand of Silumgar, and it's a human warrior with Death Touch. means any amount of damage it deals to a creature is enough to destroy it, and it's a 2/1 creature, and that is it. This person prefers to keep his cards in a non-conventional place. I chose this little box called Very Useful Box. They are from the UK, and they are quite sturdy, and they're perfect to store your cards. So I suggest, if you do not like the regular boxes, deck boxes, this is less than $2 and comes with a lid, of course, and is really sturdy and almost indestructible. So that was my bonus video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be seeing you next time. Bye.